Your imagination is more important than knowledge. So I'm driving in my car. Thought I'd jump in my car this time instead of doing it in the office, in case there was a fire alarm. So I'm reading the book and I'm listening to the book, and they're two different things. Listening to me is great. I love it. It's entertaining. I love hearing Ben Hardy's voice. You know, you can sort of dream off. You're driving, and obviously this is important to keep your eye on the prize, but it's an automatic thing, and you obviously want to keep your eye on the focus, but you can imagine as you're driving, you know, what he's saying. He's talking about how Carol Dweck talks about two types of people, fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And most people are fixed. And essentially I think it's because it's harder to imagine the future than it is to remember the past, essentially. So I'm trying to teach this so that I can become better at it. I don't find it that difficult to imagine. Like I told you last week, I love Back to the Future because I love to cast a vision and see where things can go. I love the compound effect. I think that's something that's innate in me, but also it's been fed by a lot of the books that we've read in this environment. But let's keep it short today and ask you the question, do you have a clear picture of your future self? And that's okay if you don't, but it's not okay to not start thinking about it. You don't have to do what Ben Hardy says. You don't have to fill out his form. You don't have to do what I say. But I do think you've got to do something to get the ball rolling, to start thinking about your future self. I didn't write a letter to my future self. I record a lot of videos, and I recorded a video about, this time last week actually. Had a big day. And I recorded about a 30-minute video, and the last 25 minutes of that video was about my future self. It was some things that I projected would happen. I was talking to myself in 10 years' time saying, wow, man, look at you. Proud of you. The person you've become, the kids that you have, the humility that you've got is amazing, Ben Physic. And it was the 25th of March. Am I right? That was 7 days ago. Yeah, it was. And so I said 25th of March, 2035. I'll look back on that video. Lucy will be 14. Harry, you're turning 18. Tom, you're going to be turning 21, mate. And Billy's going to be turning 23. I better go. It's a moment in time. 25th of March, 2035. Now I'm putting it out to you. The way you see your future self will change over time. You'll definitely look at yourself differently based on the headspace that you're in or the things that have happened to you. The bounce back factor. Have you got a bit of resilience? Have you got a discipline? You know, I'm about to get a haircut right now. All right. So when I come back, I see my future self differently because I'm motivated also by the visual. All right. When I feel good, when I've had a shave, or when my skin looks good, I feel better. That's superficial stuff. That's on the outside, you know. But I'm not a different person inside. Hey, if I was disfigured and I lost all my hair, or you know, I had scarring or whatever it might be, doesn't matter. Really doesn't. What matters is your own picture of your future self. Where do you see yourself? And your environment will shape that without a shadow of a doubt. But I think you've got to have a visual of it. And when you see evidence of success, the Pygmalion effect, you see other people. Well, that's not the Pygmalion effect. That's basically just the belief in you effect. Sorry, that's the Bannister effect, I should say. The Bannister effect is when you see success and you go, oh, well, if they can do it, I can do it. But then the Pygmalion effect is when someone else believes into you. That's the CPR effect. They are breathing it into you, and you benefit from that. So if you hang around the right people, if you hang around people that believe in you and you see success, then eventually you'll go, hey, there's evidence there. Why can't I do it as well? But you've got to be clear about it. As Sala always says, with clarity comes a sense of urgency. I do have a couple of wrinkles. I didn't notice that. That's okay. Who cares? Confidence is who you know you are on the inside, not necessarily the outside. So I'll come back later. I'll show you how my hair looks. knowledge is not as important as imagination. All right, there we go. Just got a bit of fringe going on here, but our future self is ready to go to New Zealand. There's a bit of extra length there. Maybe I need a beanie. Beanie. Where's your beanie, Marty? Where's your beanie, Benny?